The Bison leading it, and they get the ball to start play here in the third quarter after winning the toss and deferring to the second half. This is a short kick taken by Blinn, a running start at the 32-yard line. Angles out to the left and then sprints out of bounds. Right along the 32-yard line, running laterally and gets out of bounds. So we are underway here in the second half. Great to have you with us for our Case.edu webcast of Case Western Reserve Spartans football. 6-point lead for the Bisons. Good first half as they really showcased an effective hurry-up offense. Brandon Hill scored both touchdowns. One missed extra point. Brian Vales back out. The sophomore quarterback running the show. Brandon Hill on his left hip. Two receivers to the right. They will give it to Hill. Breaks straight up the middle, right between the hash marks. And Case rushing up there to knock him down. Looked like the ball might have popped loose at the last second, but he was down. Everett DeShong leading the charge. Gavin Sandage was in there as well for Case. Aaron Weisberg still in at linebacker after making that big play at the end of the first half. Little quick pass to Blinn, breaking across to the middle of the field. And he's tackled right at the 35-yard line. Make it the 34, a pickup of 2. And a 3rd and 7 coming up for Bethany. It is a blustery night here on the Case Western Reserve campus and chilly for October 4th. Vales takes the snap, but flags come out. They're going to walk this one off against the Bison. Now, they were whistled 4 times for 30 yards of penalties in the first half. And 2 of those, Brendan, came on that drive where they turned right around and then marched upfield.
In fact, the 2 penalties started before the drive even started.
They seemed unfazed. 13-7 they lead it. Big third down play here. Vales gunning it middle of the field for Collins. Goes up, grabs it, but then drops it. Jordan Esteban there on the defensive coverage. That brings about 4th down for the Bison. They will have to punt it away.
By the way, we've got an upset brewing in the PAC. Late in the first quarter, W&J has a 17-7 lead over nationally ranked Thomas More, who to this point has been undefeated. And the winner of that game will definitely be in the driver's seat in the PAC.
Emmett gets the punt away, caught by Cronin back near the 34-yard line, and runs straight ahead. He is tripped up. There's Blinn on the punt coverage.
Obviously, we've, being at Case, haven't had a reason to look at PAC standings much lately, but if you look at kind of historically, especially the last few years, with so few at-large bids given to schools that don't win your conference, the PAC really has not, in most years, had a second team come in with a 1-loss record because of the strength of schedule in the PAC lately. So the winner of that Thomas More W&J game would definitely be in the driver's seat.
Beecher keeps it on the ground, hands it up the middle. And not much running room there. Pontier helped out on the defensive coverage. Also coming in to make the stop, Dylan Stewart of the Bison.
Also, the last 2 opponents that Case has squared off with the last couple weeks, St. Vincent and Teal, they played each other today. Close game. Teal ended up winning 21-20, snapping a 2-game win streak put together by St. Vincent.
And that is their first conference win for the Tomcats. Beecher in trouble. He spins away from a tackler. Now tries to make it back upfield, but he'll go down in a heap. Now big Nadim Radar chasing him all over the field and finally finishing him off, Donovan Hayden. That'll be a sack, 3rd and 16.
Had a pretty bizarre finish in Carnegie Mellon today. They were in a tie game, 24-24 with Westminster, who is winless. And with no time on the clock, a defensive penalty ended the game.
Beecher in the pocket and steps through. Now has some running room out to the 40, to the 45, and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 4 yards short of the first down. He runs for 12.
Meant to say that defensive penalty, since you can't end the game on a defensive penalty, There was one final play from about the 35-yard line with no time left on the clock, and Carnegie Mellon drilled a 50-yard field goal to win 27-24. Literally a play with triple zeros, and they improved to 2-2 on the season. The other game in the pack, Waynesburg blanked Grove City 35-0.
Kick taken by Collins at the 18-yard line, out to the 25 outside the numbers, and maybe out to the 27-yard line. That's a 36-yard kick, and we'll call it an 8-yard return for Collins, and the Bison take over.
A couple of other scores in the D3Football.com top 25. Wisconsin Whitewater, the #1 team in the country, won today 38-7 over Wisconsin Lacrosse. Good game between Linfield, their 5th ranked, and 14th ranked Pacific Lutheran. It was Linfield winning 41-14. The 6th ranked John Carroll Blue Streaks got a scare at Ohio Northern but won 17-10. And the 7th ranked St. John Fisher Cardinals lost in overtime to the Salisbury Seagulls 37-34.
Salisbury, a fine Division III program. They'll keep it on the ground here, and we may see them start to run it a little more here, Brendan, to keep the clock moving. But Brandon Hill breaking out to the left, picks up a couple of yards, 11:38 and counting here in the 3rd quarter at DeSanto Field.
Well, that was obviously one of the keys to the game early on. Case, on average, entered this game allowing just 63 yards per game on the ground, and Bethany's already run for $150 as a team.
Hill again over left guard, out near the numbers on the left, across the 30-yard line, out to about the 31. So a pickup of 3, and they're looking at a 3rd down and 6. Now they'll mark it back to the 30. So 3rd and 7 coming up for the Bison. 4 minutes gone by, 3rd quarter, and you can hear it. You can hear that howling wind. Right now, Bethany with the wind at its back on this drive here in the 3rd quarter. Bales wants to run it, and he is caught and tackled from behind. Dayton Snyder got in there, along with Tyler Hamilton on the defensive coverage for the Spartans. And Bales tackled at the 35-yard line, and the Bison have to punt. And Cronin will set up at about his own 25-yard line.
Much better job defensively by the Case Western Reserve Spartans here at the start of the 2nd half. A couple of possessions now where they've been very limiting of Bethany's strong rushing offense.
Here's the kick, and what a punt. This is going to send Cronin back to the 15-yard line, out to the 20, out to the 25-yard line before he is tackled. Defensively, Sherman Hodges makes the special teams play. That was close to a 50-yard kick in the air, and about an 11-yard return. And Case will take over in its own territory, 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Well, if you're watching at home and you're noticing an awful lot of pink on the field and trying to wonder what the connection is, certainly with what the NFL has done over the last many years, in the month of October, raising breast cancer awareness, that has certainly trickled to the NCAA level. So lots of players on both teams wearing some sort of pink today.
Well, Hayden, the first one there to tackle Hockman and force him to the turf, in case will end up only losing 1 on that play. Although Hockman was tackled back near the 20-yard line. 2nd and 11 from the Spartans' 25-yard line. 13-7 Bethany. 9:35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 6 points separating these teams. Beecher in the shotgun. One running back, that's Bianco. Beecher wants to throw it. He's in trouble. Spins out of a crowded pocket and throws it away. Delaney was trying to get loose out on the left side, but Beecher throws it away to avoid a sack, and it's 3rd down and 11.
Well, Case's problems offensively have started up front. Obviously, some of the high snaps, those have been more visible, but the pocket has collapsed on Beecher far too quickly, far too frequently tonight.
4 receiver set. 3rd down 11. Beecher to throw it over the middle. Caught George Delaney with the catch at the tight end position and gets the first down as he sprints out to the left side and gets tackled near the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 13. They needed 11. Delaney with the catch, and Case has a new set of plays. Delaney with his 8th catch of the season. Beecher to Bianco on the ground, straight up the middle. Nice hole opened up, and Bianco flashes ahead close to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 6 and a fine first down play. And Case starting to move the football a little bit. He ran right behind the center, Blair, for 6. 2nd down and 4 now. They want to try it again. This time Bianco gets maybe 1 up to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Poitier was showing pressure off that left side. In fact, they brought both outside linebackers on a blitz, but Poitier was the first one to get to Bianco in the backfield.
Poitier, number 5, one of their top defensive players, along with Nadim Radar. 3rd down and 3 for the Spartans. Beecher looking over to the sideline for the play. And now they're going to shift the formation around. 10 on the play clock. Receivers on the right and left, 2 on each side. They'll go straight up the middle. They get the first down. Case gives it to Hockman, the fullback, who runs straight ahead, gets Case the first down. He's out to the 49-yard line.
You know, you almost wonder maybe what Case saw in the game against Mount Union that Bethany played in that opening week. Certainly, you know, the Spartans don't have that same kind of personnel, but what did Mount Union do schematically that just ripped apart the Bison? And maybe try to implement some of that.
1st and 10. Case still in its own territory at the 49-yard line. Back to throw Beecher, dumps it to Lynch, comes up with the catch and tries to go NFL style and get up without being touched, but he was on the ground when he caught the pass.
Well, they're now ruling it an incomplete pass. The umpire came in from the backside and waved his arms and said incomplete.
Well, Khalid Pierce lifted Brendan Lynch up as if to say, is this good enough for a tackle? I'm holding him, literally. So 2nd and 10 on the incompletion. Ball on the 49-yard line. Case gives it to Hockman straight ahead. Got a nice hole again, and you alluded to it earlier, the battle of the line of scrimmage there. Case starting to have a little more success moving some guys around. Hockman goes straight up the middle and picks up about 5. Starting to get some rain here at DeSanto Field now. So cold and wind, and now you mix in the trifecta with some precipitation. 3rd and 6. Spartans will send in 3 receivers on the right. Lynch is alone on the left, matched up against Wisme Despain. Hockman is in at tailback, and Beecher to throw it. He'll fire it far out on the right, caught by DiFrancesco, and powers straight ahead and gets the first down. He gets to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 7. The Spartans needed 6, and they go to the freshman playmaker, Luke DiFrancesco.
No, DiFrancesco had such a good game last week. I think he's got to just mentally stay in it this whole way, because even though Lapsevic and Lynch will draw more attention, the young man's got a lot of talent, and Beecher's not afraid to look his way late.
1st and 10 from the 40. Case down by 6. 6:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Clock moving. Chilly night here in Cleveland. DiFrancesco with 3 catches now on the night for 27 yards. Beecher back to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. Thought about running it. Now fires it ahead. It's caught by Lynch on the left, but a flag comes out. Something tells me this is going to go against the Spartans. Well, Beecher tried to sell the fact that he was going to run it, then fired the pass out to Lynch, but it's a holding penalty against Case Western Reserve. And they'll mark this one off from the 40, and the line of scrimmage will be midfield.
Oh, more than light rain now. It's a fairly steady rain that is coming down here in Cleveland.
Yeah, going from miserable to miserable.
just going to say it is. It's currently 44 degrees, but believe me, those out in the field would tell you it feels like 25.
The snap back to Beecher on 1st and 20 from midfield. Ball is loose, and the Bison think they have it, and they do.
The recovery by Nadim Radar. What doesn't he do?
Spartans give it up on the turnover. They fumble right in the middle of the field in the big pile. I believe that was Secray who was carrying the football.
Yeah, it was only his first rushing attempt that I can remember all game. Now, he was credited for one other carry when he fell on a fumble, but that time was his actual first rushing attempt, and it didn't work out well.
So the Bison, with a 6-point lead, get the turnover, and the Case Western Reserve defense will be called upon again. They've played a fine game tonight.
Well, they're going to continue to need to continue to play a pretty stout ball game because the offense just isn't figuring it out right now.
5:44 to go, third quarter here at DeSanto Field. 13-7 Bethany. They have the football in Spartans territory at the 47-yard line. Bales wants to gun it deep downfield. Everybody's covered. Now he goes to the left and fires it incomplete. Looking for Torado out in the flat beyond the numbers and just out of his reach. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Vales gets him to the line quickly. They have not huddled all night. The Bison, a very difficult team to defend because of this hurry up. They'll go to Jalen Holmes straight ahead. Snyder catches him from behind, but he picks up about 3 and a 3rd down and 7.
Well, 3rd downs have been more difficult for the Bison lately, but early in the game they were converting on all cylinders.
They'll throw it. Caught by Blinn for a 1st down out across the 30-yard line. Quan tackles him and trips him up, and the football will be spotted at the 28-yard line.
Well, they're now 7 of 15 on 3rd down. I'm pretty sure they were 4 of 5 earlier in this one.
That is catch number 13 on the night. Here's number 14 to Blinn. Now he'll run backwards and try and turn it upfield. Nice block thrown by Vales, and Blinn gets back to the line of scrimmage. He ran about 30 yards to get nothing.
Well, and again, you know, we pointed out earlier in the game, you just got to be careful with him because he is so freakishly athletic, and he's got great vision. He's able to see, hey, there's nothing here. You know, if I kind of banana this one all the way back to the other side of the field, maybe something will open up.
Scott Surin slow getting up for the Spartans, and now heading off the field with some attention from the training staff. And now jogging off, but holding his right arm very still. Surin had the game-winning interception last Saturday against the Teal Tomcats. So Blinn now with 14 catches. As I believe that last one was a pass. I don't believe it was a backwards pass. It was close. But Blinn now with 14 catches, 119 yards. And a lot of that yardage after the catch. Holmes is in the backfield to the left, a couple of yards away from the quarterback Vales. They'll give it to Holmes, running behind a blocker, dives ahead, gets across the 25, down to the 24. So on 2nd and 10, Holmes picks up 4 yards. It's 3rd down and 6, 4:06 to go in the 3rd quarter, with Bethany leading Case Western Reserve 13-7. Spartans looking for a big play defensively to equalize the turnover that gave the ball to Bethany. Holmes again into the red zone as he dives ahead out near the right set of numbers. He's going to be short of the 1st down by about a yard. A pickup of 5. They go to the hurry up. Now Vales will try and get the 1st down. He's hit. I don't think he got it. He got back to the 20. They needed to get to the 19, and the Spartans hold on 4th down.
Aaron Weisberg, who had the biggest hit of the first half with just 7 seconds left in the half to keep Bethany out of the end zone, and it ended up being the last play of the half, comes up there with the big stop on 4th down. And in typical Aaron Weisberg fashion, just pops right up and just another hit. He didn't even, no real emotion from him. He's not a big verbose leader, but boys, he made some big plays tonight.
Weisberg out of Plantation, Florida. Definitely did not play any high school ball in weather like this. But he makes a big hit there, and Case takes over, still down 13-7, middle of the field. Lapsevic has it 30 to the 35 and out to the 36-yard line. A first down as Beecher hooks up with the senior receiver, Sean Lapsevic.
Got a couple of other scores to pass your way. Thomas More, Washington, and Jefferson now are in the early part of the second quarter. W&J is up 24-14 as there is an injured Spartan on the field that'll receive some attention. Chicago beat Rhodes today 17-14. Wash U beat Barry on the road. Is beating Barry on the road 23-10. That game is in the middle of the third quarter. Also had some bigger games in major college football. Ohio State today at Maryland just thumped Maryland 52-24. Really entertaining game in South Bend, Indiana. Stanford fell short of Notre Dame 17-14. And in the early second quarter, number 5 Auburn is leading LSU, who's ranked 15th, 17-7. Big game tonight is Nebraska at Michigan State. Battle of two top 20 Big Ten teams.
Well, Brendan, the news not good for the Spartans. That was Sean Lapsevic, who is down and is being helped off the field by the training staff. Not totally under his own power, but obviously tweaking that high ankle sprain that he is trying to sort of play through, trying to gut it out. And he's made 2 catches tonight, but that time comes up a little lame on that left ankle.
Well, and being so cold, that can't help. That is a tough blow for the Spartan offense.
He heads straight to the training table. Pass straight over the middle is dropped by the Spartans. That was Ethan Albers, who had a couple of big catches last week, the 6'3" junior. Also from the Sunshine State, out of Oviedo, Florida. Second down and 10 after the incompleted pass. Football at the 36-yard line. Beecher rolls to the left, throws it middle of the field into a crowd intended for Deraney. And the pass tipped away and incomplete. Aaron Fry, the junior defensive back, the strong safety, coming up to break up that play.
This has been one of the better games I think Case has played all year on defense. But it's been disappointing from an offensive side because, on one hand you feel like they could be in an insurmountable hole. The other side says, well, they're hanging with a good Bethany team.
That's a one-possession game right now. Beecher on 3rd and 10, dumps it over the middle, again intended for Deraney. And again, tight coverage by the Bison. Matt Conover, the sophomore linebacker out of Galloway, New Jersey, breaks up that play. And Case on 3 straight incompletions, looking at a 4th and 10. 13-7 Bison. 3:05 to go here in the third quarter. Blinn and Collins back at their own 30, waiting on this kick. Punted away. A short kick will take a Case Western Reserve bounce out near the 40 and then on out of bounds near the 37-yard line. A nice punt there by Adrian Cannon. Low line drive that does take a Case bounce. So all the way from 136 to the other. So a 28-yard punt with no return. 1st and 10 Bison. 2:57 to go third quarter. Neither team has used a timeout so far here in the second half. So 3 remaining for both teams.
Yeah, I mean the drives in the second half, a Bethany punt, a Case punt, a Bethany punt, a Case fumble, Bethany turnover on downs, and a Case punt. So a lot of defense here in half number 2.
Blinn will get it. Wants to throw it, does so middle of the field. This one up for grabs and incomplete. Surin almost came down with it. As Toronto was the intended target, they handed it off to Blinn. And the wideout tried to play the role of passer.
By the way, he throws a pretty darn good ball.
Pretty tight spiral, wasn't it?
Yeah, no kidding. For throwing on the run, not totally across his body, but somewhat.
They'll hand it up the middle to Hill. Brandon Hill turns out to 3 yards to the 40-yard line. Ball right in the middle of the field. It's exactly where they want it with this no huddle. They quickly get to the line. 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Bethany and Case here at DeSanto Field on a chilly night. Rain has subsided. It was raining quite hard for a few short moments. Vales again into about triple coverage. A late flag comes in as the pass is incomplete. Jordan Esteban wondering what the flag is all about, as well as some of the other Spartan defenders.
Well, I think
Aaron Weisberg is saying he thought the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
I was going to say that's where the flag, if picked up, that's going to be the reason why it would be waved off, because of the pass being tipped. Otherwise, the official is saying there was a very late pass interference call. I don't know. Trying not to be too vocal, but I tend to disagree.
Now, Aaron Teedes, number 81, was the intended target. The pass interference call is going to go against the Spartans. And as soon as they mark this football, the Bison will be ready to go. They mark it at the 45 after the defensive pass interference.
That might be the biggest play of the whole second half so far.
They'll hand it to Hill. Bounces to the outside, or tries to, cannot get away. Now loses the football. He was not on the ground, was he? They say he was tackled. And Hill is hurting. He is slow getting up. Spartans came in waves there, and it looked as if they were able to knock that ball away before he went down, but they say that he was stopped, and his forward progress had been halted before the ball was knocked loose. Some of the Case fans down below felt that it was a fumble. And more importantly now is the condition of Hill, who is slow getting up. He's somewhat in a kneeling position. And they're looking at his right ankle. So Hill, who has been an effective ball carrier tonight for Bethany, right now at 83 yards on the night, with 2 rushing touchdowns. And he is favoring that right leg. He'll go over to the sideline, try to get that loosened up. 1:59 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, I'll be interested if we see him return. And obviously you don't want to lose him. But the Bison are fortunate enough that Jalen Holmes, the sophomore running back out of Newcastle, isn't too bad either. Pretty good running back in his own right.
Well, they've been working Holmes into the rotation all night. And he'll split out as a wide receiver this time. And Vales fires it to a slot back, and they end up getting a couple of yards on that as the pass was caught. And again, I believe that was Teedes who made the catch. Aaron Teedes, the freshman out of Elwood City, PA.
Well, they got a couple yards after the catch, but right back to the line of scrimmage. So still third down and 9 yards to go. They've got to get to the 35 for a first.
All right, now less than 90 seconds to go in the third quarter, 13-7. The Bison leading the Spartans. Case 2-1. And the Bison 3-1. Now Bales will tuck it and try and run it. Outside the numbers on the left. Gets to the 35-yard line, close to the first down marker, and it looks like he has it.
That's a great read by Vales, because he had an open receiver underneath in Miguel Tirado, but he decided instead, no, I'm going to use you as a blocker, and he was actually hit from behind and knocked forward. A 10-yard run. Well done there by Mr. Brian Vales.
So he got exactly the yardage he needed. They'll swing a pass out. That would have been a backwards pass, I believe. And Teedes tried to catch it, but not sure if they say he caught it or not. If he did, that'll go as negative yardage. So it was caught, and it's all the way back now to the 41-yard line. Bethany operating in Case Western Reserve territory, leading it 13-7, 33 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3. Since that one was a running play effectively, the clock never stopped. Back to throw Vales. Up top on the right. Incomplete. That's through the hands of Tirado, and a flag comes out after that incompletion. And it will go against the Spartans, but it looked like about triple coverage, Brendan, and a couple of the Case players leaping for the ball seemed to come down on Tirado. He's shaken up on the play.
Well, I think they're going to whistle Esteban for a late hit or a hit to the head as Tirado comes up. I mean, the flag was thrown kind of late after Esteban made contact. We'll see what they rule it here.
It appeared that everyone was going for the ball there. But it's going to be walked off against the Spartans. This will be their second pass interference penalty. Now this is going to be a personal foul.
Yep, it is on Jordan Esteban. Well, the Spartans have not exactly been the beneficiary of some good calls here lately.
Well, the pass interference and now the personal foul, so that accounts for 30 yards of this drive. And the Bison showing throughout the night they don't really need any extra help. And they will play it here on 1st and 10 from the Case 26-yard line. This one going all the way to the end zone for Blinn. He makes the grab. He went over Scott Surin and makes the catch. It's a touchdown. And the Bison extend the lead to 19-7. A 26-yard catch by Blinn. Boy, Surin right there with him defensively.
Yeah, that kid is just an incredible athlete. There's no other way to say it. He is he's a guy you just have to know where he is on every play.
Blinn with his 4th touchdown reception. High snap on the extra point try. Blinn is the holder. He'll throw it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Very nearly a 2-point conversion, and Padilla, the intended target, but could not haul that one in. So they settle for 6 for the second time, but they extend the lead to 19-7 over the Spartans. 16 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout here. Spartans ball after this break on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Well, on we play now. 16 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And Lynch will go back, and that one goes off his hands and into the end zone. He picks it up and will kneel down and take the touchback here. There was a little confusion there on exactly what he wanted to do. Once that ball got into the end zone, it was a no-brainer, if you will, to go ahead and take the touchback and bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. And that's what the Spartans did. Pardon me, the 25 now. To the 25 on a touchback in college football. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Conditioned for years and years to bring the ball out to the 20.
Well, and it's a 20 on every other touchback except for on a kickoff. They're trying to, and they had moved the kickoff up 5 yards in an attempt to try to cut down on some of the violent collisions that cause concussions.
Well, they'll go to Hockman. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. Case down 19-7, a 12-point lead for the Bison through 3 quarters of play here at DeSanto Field. The all-important fourth quarter is just ahead. Stay with us. More to come from Cleveland here on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Along with our Media Vision crew of Mike Becker, Shayna Perlman, Jaime Vidal, David Wilson, and Brendan Gulick back here at DeSanto Field. We head to the fourth quarter, and it's 19-7. The Bison in front, thanks to a touchdown reception by Eric Blinn, his 15th catch of the night. Blinn making a name for himself here, a junior out of Beaver, Pennsylvania. So the Spartans will have the football. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, and twice, by the way, he's had 26-yard catches. That's his long. Obviously the most recent one for the touchdown.
Very impressive night for Blinn. But now 15 minutes showing on the clock in Case Western Reserve with a lot of ground to make up, and this won't help. Beecher goes down in a heap. The sack recorded by Matt Conover, the sophomore linebacker who came in untouched. And that one hurt. 3rd down coming up for the Spartans. 3rd down. And it looks like it'll be about 16. The football marked all the way back now to the 19-yard line. We'll take a look at some of the third quarter stats as we get a chance here. Big play coming up for the Spartans. Beecher looks to throw it downfield. Again, pressure coming. He'll go down again. Back-to-back sacks by the Bison. That one by Eric Campbell, the junior defensive lineman. And Case marching the wrong way. 4th down. We'll see what the lost yardage is on that last sack. It is another 6-yard loss.
Well, again, the offensive line for the Spartans has to tighten up. That's 2 consecutive plays with sacks, but you know, certainly as you look at the way this game has unfolded, ever since that opening drive for Case, they haven't moved the football effectively because Beecher hasn't had time to, you know, consistently look for someone to throw to.
Blinn will try a punt return here at the 45-yard line, and the Spartans come down and cover him, and he is tackled right about the 47 on another nice punt by Adrian Cannon. That knuckling punt with the wind behind it. 19-7, the Bison get the football back in good field position. They're in their own territory, but at the 47.
Well, Blinn is having one of those kind of days where you might be able to see him on the D3Football.com National Team of the Week. He's got 7 rush yards, 145 receiving yards, 29 punt return yards, plus maybe 3 there. And he's had a couple of kick returns. I don't have those numbers in front of me, but all-purpose yards today, he has been a huge part of this offense.
If he had completed that pass, it would have put him over the top.
No doubt about that.
Back to throw. Vales looking for Blinn, throws it at his shoot tops, and he can't make the pickup.
Well, which pass? The one on the 2-point conversion or the one to Tirado?
That's right.
Here?
That's a good point.
He's had 2 plays where he's almost kind of made something out of nothing.
Almost had a 2-point conversion pass because he is the holder for the Bison. And on their last touchdown, the snap was high, and he almost threw a completion for a 2-pointer. Little jet sweep out to the right side, gets the Bison to midfield. Ball carrier there, Terry Linyard, the freshman wideout out of Jersey City, New Jersey. His first touch of the ball game. And that one goes to the 49-yard line. So he gets into Spartans territory, but it's 3rd down and 6. 13 minutes to go, 4th quarter, here at DeSanto Field on the Case Western Reserve campus. Vales with Hill in the backfield, and here's a sack. Spartans' Everett Deshawn comes in and wipes out Vales. Records the sack. Everett Deshawn picks up a big tackle there. For Deshawn, that is his 4th sack of the season. That'll force a fourth down. 4th down and 13. All the way back at the Bethany 44-yard line. So Stephen Amick will punt this one away. He's standing back at his 30. He'll kick it away, and that's a nice kick into the wind. And Cronin does not take a chance. That takes a great Bethany bounce, and they down it at about the 6-yard line. So the Spartans pinned deep in their own territory after that punt. Looks like it'll be about a 50-yard kick with no return. So Amick gets the job done there, a friendly roll, and the Spartans have a long field in front. 12:07 to go here in the 4th quarter. 19-7 Bison.
By the way, late 2nd quarter, W&J has a 31-21 lead on Thomas More, a couple teams that have recently cracked the top 25 in the coaches poll. W&J not ranked on D3Football.com. Thomas More is 20th in that poll.
Beecher over the middle. Pass is caught all the way out to the 30-yard line. Ethan Albers. That's his first catch of the night. We saw him make an impact last week against Teal. And so he makes the catch there, and that one goes for 24 yards and a first down. And the Spartans with the hurry-up going now. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line, down by 12, with 11:45 to go here in the 4th quarter at DeSanto Field. Beecher in the shotgun, gets rid of it quickly. Out to the far side, pass is incomplete. DeFrancesco, the intended target. And he was bothered from behind, and that pass broken up. Trying to see who provided the defensive coverage. I believe it was Andre Butler. 11:35 to go. Clock stops. 2nd down and 10.
Well, Case is having trouble running the football at this point. But again, Beecher doesn't have a lot of time to throw. It's almost getting to the point offensively now where you really try to figure out how you want to attack.
He'll try and throw it. Throws off his back foot as he had immediate pressure coming from Campbell. Campbell, the big defensive lineman, 6'1", 265 out of Hurricane, West Virginia.
Yeah, freshman Ryan Merlau really struggling right now at left tackle. I know he's had his hands full today with a pretty good defensive end over there in Nadeem Radar, but he's got to shore up.
And so far in the game, Brendan, Case with 40 net yards rushing total. 11:32 to go, and that obviously does not do much to keep them honest and give Beecher very much time to throw it. Beecher gets away from pressure, throws it downfield, passes caught, 35, 40, out to the 45-yard line. Hauled in by Zek Medved, the tight end, and he scrambles for a first down as the Spartans convert on 3rd and 10, and they get much more than that from Medved all the way out to the 47. A 17-yard pickup after the catch and run by Medved. 1st and 10. Spartans get a big 3rd down conversion there. There's Bianco, and he is wiped out by Campbell, who is having a big 4th quarter.
I just looked at the live stats, and there are 5 QB hurries credited to the defense for Bethany. I'd be surprised if that number wasn't more like 15. I don't know if Beecher has thrown the ball all day without having someone in his face.
Yeah, the pressure has come very quickly. Pocket has really not been able to hold very long for him. Beecher in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Bianco is in the backfield. Beecher gets a block, but now has to roll out of the pocket. Now he fires it. Medved makes the catch again. 45 down to the 40. This is another first down for the Spartans as he's tackled just outside the right hash mark. Brought down by the Bison's linebacker Donovan Hayden. And with 10:17 to go, clock moves when they reset the chains. Case on the move now, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. They're in Bison territory now. 4 receiver set. Greg Debelak gets the attention of Beecher and sends in a new play. 2 receivers on each side. And now a timeout's going to be taken by the Spartans. They did not quite have the alignment that they wanted. And they elect to take the timeout. We'll keep it here. And remind you that Case Western Reserve Football is brought to you in part by Dave's Cosmic Subs, inspired by the 1960s. Dave's Cosmic Subs is spreading love around the world, one sub at a time. Voted the best in Cleveland, each sub is made with the freshest ingredients, all wrapped in the history of rock and roll. Perfect for any occasion, especially for Spartans athletics. Visit Dave's Cosmic Subs in Coventry. You can also call them at 216-320-0330 for delivery. There is only one legendary sub, and that is Dave's. 9:53 to go, and the clock starting to become the friend of the Bison. They have a 12-point lead, and the Spartans still having trouble with this particular play. Same alignment, 2 receivers on each side. Bianco in the backfield. Beecher takes the snap. They'll throw it out to Lynch. He had a big impact early, makes the catch, gets across the 30, and is out of bounds at the 29-yard line. That's a pickup of 10, and it should be good for a first down. Head linesman saying, let's move those chains. 1st and 10 Spartans, and Lynch, who factored in very prominently in that first scoring drive, makes a big grab there.
Not sure I can remember the last time either that the Spartans have had a drive that has been sustained this long. This is the best offensive drive they've had in definitely this half.
Bianco in motion. Now straight ahead, Brendan, to Hockman, straight up the middle. We saw that play go for a touchdown last week, but they're able to knock him down. Nadim Radar with the tackle.
I don't know who, but somebody lost a shoe, and it was just tossed out of bounds. It didn't look like anybody on the defensive side, but nobody's chasing after it.
It's the left defensive end.
You're exactly right.
And that is Khalid Pierce. And they're going to say, hey, look, let's give the guy his shoe. So Pierce will have to leave, and they'll bring in another defensive end.
He's got his ankles taped up. He was ready to play the down without a shoe. He lined up and said, forget it.
And I'll tell you, after that play, Brenda, that shoe went about 15 yards out toward the sideline after the first contact. 2nd down and 5 for the Spartans. They are operating on the Bison 24-yard line. Under 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. They get it to Lynch. Catch and run to the 20, to the 15, down to the 10, to the 5. He's in. Touchdown. Spartans score on a 24-yard touchdown pass from Beecher to Lynch.
Just a little slip bubble screen there on the outside. Lynch took one bluff step forward, had 2 blockers, and came back toward the quarterback to receive the pass, and had a little alley just about 4 or 5 yards to the outside of the seam, and then raced for the pylon. Brendan Lynch has done it all today. Nicely done. His 2nd touchdown.
He has scored them both, and the Spartans will try and make it a 5-point game. It's 19-13 now. Tasker with the hold. Here is the kick. It is up, and it is good. Booted through by the Spartans. Doing the kicking chores tonight, Ben Carniol, and he makes it a 19-14 ball game. 8:43 to go in the 4th quarter. It'll be Bethany ball. First, we'll take this timeout. Back with more from DeSanto Field coming up in just a moment on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Brendan Lynch, 2 touchdown receptions tonight. The latest, a screen pass from Billy Beecher that goes for 24 yards, and the Spartans are within 5 now. Here is the kickoff by the Spartans. It'll be taken by Collins at his own 9 to the 15, 20 on the left. Outside the numbers and across the 25-yard line after the initial contact by Scott Surin. Collins able to get about 7 more yards.
Well, I know this is a baseball-related note, but it's a pertinent one because the Major League Baseball playoffs are going on. So Washington Nationals, one of their better pitchers, Jordan Zimmerman, throws a no-hitter on the last day of the season. Everybody saw the unbelievable catch made out in left field to preserve that no-hitter. Well, today in his first playoff appearance, he basically pitches a shutout, goes 8 2/3, and before giving up a walk with 2 outs in the top of the 9th and the Nationals up 1-0, he had sent down 20 in a row. Nationals up 1-0 on the Giants in the only game that's underway in the Major League Baseball playoffs today.
Cardinals came back with a vengeance last night to beat Clayton Kershaw. So surprised a lot of people.
About there are 3 20-game winners in Major League Baseball this year. 2 of them were playing last night in L.A., and you had a game that went to, as high scoring as you'll see. Yeah, you'll see all playoffs.
Yeah, 1-run game, but not quite the one everybody expected. Back to throw, and almost intercepted as Vales goes over the middle, and that would have been fitting if Weisberg had been able to hold on to that, but that was an absolute rocket coming his way at fairly close range, and he is only able to knock it down. Now that makes it 3rd and 9. 3rd down, 9. Football is on the Bethany 28-yard line. They lead Case Western Reserve 19-14. 8:15 to go in the football game. Some movement on the line. No flag comes out. Vales looking to throw it deep downfield, and it's up for grabs and now out of bounds, and a flag comes down on the defensive coverage. The Case coaches next door are going absolutely bananas. Now, whether or not that was a catchable ball will be the question that's going to have to be answered. They flagged Owen Williams, who was step for step with Blinn, who is doing his best Jerry Rice impersonation tonight with 15 catches, but I don't think Blinn could have possibly caught that ball.
Unreal. If that is still ruled a penalty, that would be just bogus.
I believe they're going to pick up the flag. And the fact was Vales aired that ball out.
It wasn't even close.
Went way out of bounds. And so that will force a 4th and 9 on the incompletion.
By the way, on a more positive note, I wanted to bring this up earlier. Brendan Lynch, obviously we've talked about him being so special today. It's easily the best day of his career. Sophomore with 6 catches for 71 yards and 2 scores. Entering the day today, had 19 catches for 154 yards in his career and no touchdowns.
Spartans came after the punt. They got it away anyway, and now the ball goes off the hands of Cronin, and it looks like the Bison have recovered deep in Case territory. Cronin backpedaling on the punt by Amick. There's a flag down. Looked like Dan stumbled and lost his footing and fell backwards, and the ball hit him, and then it appeared to be recovered by the Bison. And the Spartans are going to have to stay on the field defensively here. Not sure what the penalty will entail, Brendan, but a terrible break for the Spartans as Cronin looked to get his feet tangled up, backpedaling, and then the ball found him, and they're just going to pick up that flag.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but the good fortune at some point is going to catch up with you a little bit. That was a bad mistake in a costly spot, and now it puts the Case defense in a very difficult position.
19-14, still plenty of time left in the football game. 7:57 remaining in the 4th quarter. They will give it to Holmes. Dives ahead of the 15.
Oh, and speaking of Holmes, by the way, I don't think we've seen Hill since he went out with that injury. So that will be something to keep your eye on as well as we move forward.
Holmes is in on the right of Vales. He'll get the handoff again and dives down close to the 10, maybe inside the 10 before he's finally knocked down by Dayton Snyder.
The other thing to think about here, is this, still going to be no field goal territory for Bethany.
3rd down They'll keep it on the ground again, trying to power their way into the end zone. They are inside the 10-yard line. That carried by Holmes again. It's 4th down. He was short. 4th and 1 from the 8-yard line. They'll snap it directly to Holmes, and he goes in for the touchdown. Breaks over the right side. Got some good blocking, and he scores to make it 25-14. Point after coming up. Jalen Holmes runs it in. And after the muffed punt, the Bison cash in. Here is the PAT. The kick is up, and it is no good. Off to the left, as the Bison missed their 3rd extra point of the evening. Chris Ray misfiring. Case will get it back with 6:56 to go here in the 4th quarter. We'll take this 30-second timeout with the score. Bethany 25, the Spartans 14 on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
6:56 remaining in the 4th quarter. So the Bison score a crucial touchdown, and they have a 10-point lead, an 11-point lead, 25-14 over the Spartans. That was a traditional handoff, although Holmes and Vales were standing just about on the same real estate. Goes for an 8-yard touchdown. Here's the kickoff return from the 10-yard line. It's a good one by the Spartans. They get out to the 30. And the Spartans will take over offensively following the run back. I believe that might have been Lynch again, who ran that one back about 20 yards.
It's kind of interesting. Umar Moore has a pretty strong leg. I mean, he kicked that ball pretty well into the wind. You just wonder why there's been so much difficulty with the Bethany kicking game. And if they have any, hopes of winning the PAC, which, hey, by the record right now, they're going to be, either a one-loss team or an undefeated team at the end of the night here. They're going to have a crack at it, but if they want to have any sort of shot in the national playoffs, if they were to get there, they've got to shore up their special teams.
Chris Ray has had trouble tonight with those point-after kicks. Lynch will get the pass from Beecher out to the 35, near the 37-yard line. Hit and tackled. Shannon Scott there with the tackle. 2nd down and 1 coming up for the Spartans. That one goes for 9. Well, they have to work and be productive very quickly here to get back in this football game, and that won't get it done. They put it on the ground, but the Bison fill up all the holds there. Khalid Pierce led the charge. Also in there, big number 90, Radim Nabar. Now they will throw it far left side, looking for DiFrancesco, and it's incomplete. So Beecher again trying to take that snap and fire it out quickly for DiFrancesco, but that'll bring about 4th down. Right now, Billy Beecher, at least going in to this series, 15 for 30 for 199 yards. So he's gone over the 200 mark with that earlier completion to Lynch on this drive. 5:58 to go, 4th quarter, and Case going for it on 4th and 2. Not much choice here. They need to get to the 39-yard line. They have it at the 37, working in their own territory. Beecher stands in the pocket and wants to throw it. Pressure coming. Out to the right, looking downfield, gets rid of it, and it is Knocked down, incomplete, intended for Manny Secre. And he appeared to have Donovan Hayden draped all over him with that play arriving. But no flag comes out. The Spartans fail on 4th down with the incompleted pass. And the defense trots out. And the Bison will take over with 5:48 to go. And we don't have the benefit of a replay there, Brendan, but boy, it looked like there was a lot of contact.
Well, the ball was tipped, and once the ball has been deflected, then it's a free-for-all, and anybody can hit anybody. The question was, when was that first contact? And you're right, without the benefit of replay, we really can't do anything other than speculate.
Holmes again trying to bounce to the outside. Spin move gets to the 35. He'll pick up 2 hard-earned yards there. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Bison, and on a night when they have been relentless with their no huddle, this is a juncture of the football game where they will definitely try and take their time. No hurry now. Leading it by 11 points with 5:19 to go. Case will be on the road next Saturday. Homecoming back here at DeSanto Field in 2 weeks against Geneva. They'll be at Waynesburg next Saturday.
Yeah, and if you kind of look at the schedule moving forward, other than the Geneva game, there really aren't very many easy games the rest of the way.
Holmes in trouble, dancing in the backfield. He's finally brought down back at the 40-yard line. So the Spartans able to contain him. He loses a yard.
You mentioned Waynesburg next week. They're undefeated. Geneva's not having a good year, but W&J at Wash U, who made the playoffs last year and is another good team this year. At Thomas More, that's a tough game. They're nationally ranked, before finishing up the season at home against Chicago. And after tonight, we got a home game in 2 weeks, and then a month later, another home game, and that's it for home games here at Case.
Yeah, a span of 3 straight road games in the second half of the year for the Spartans. That'll be a tough stretch. Rolling out Vales, and now he'll run it across the line of scrimmage, slides down. Weisberg credited with the stop. And we're approaching the 4-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Case Western Reserve has 2 timeouts remaining. Bethany all 3, but they will not be in any hurry to use those. Although the scramble by Vales leaves them short of the first down. 4th and 10.
Well, it's a 2-possession game with Case down 11 here. Theoretically, you could get a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal to tie it. But no matter what, you've got to score twice. They need a nice return from Cronin.
Well, a flag down in the backfield. And we'll see if Case lined up improperly. It is going to go against the Spartans. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Stephen Amick back to kick this one away. Cronin is standing at his own 10-yard line, but I have to believe this one's going to go booming over his head. And now you have to be careful of the fake. An 11-point lead deep in Case territory. They may take a chance here if they have something in the playbook.
Yeah, the penalty officially was for 12 men on the field last time out.
4th down and 5. And now a whistle and a timeout taken by Bill Garvey and the Bison. So 3:09 to go. We'll step aside as well as they take a timeout. 4th and 5 for the Bison. They lead at 25-14. We'll be back in just a moment on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Well, the Spartans about to try and get the ball back, but 4th and 5, and now the Bison have elected to go for it on 4th and 5 rather than punt. Ball is on the 32-yard line of the Spartans. 4th and 5. Critical play here for the Spartans defense. Back goes Vales. He's looking to pass. Goes deep downfield, taking a shot for the end zone. Blinn is there. Pass interference is coming up against the Spartans as they mug Blinn in the end zone. He got behind the defense. And the Spartans, rather than give up the easy score, they tackle Blinn. Owen Williams there defensively, and boy, that is a tough cover.
Well, it certainly is, but you've got to turn and look for the football. If you just put your hands up there and there's any contact, it's an automatic pass interference. I mean, it's the easiest call there is. You cannot not turn and look for the football.
3:01 to go in the 4th quarter. They'll mark off the 15-yard penalty, and the football will be placed at the 17. From the 32 to the 17, and a first down on the pass interference call in the end zone. They'll give it to Holmes now, trying to pick his way forward. Gets down to the 16, a pickup of 1. Case with 2 timeouts left. They'd like to hold those, but precious time is going to keep running off the clock here with 2:47 to go in the final quarter of play. Greg Debelak hoping to pick up his 75th win here tonight, but we have run into a tough Bethany unit. That hurry up, no huddle offense really gave the Spartans fits tonight. Holmes will get it again. He has been the ball control carrier for Bethany here in the 4th quarter. They lead at 25-14. He breaks to the outside and picks up a couple. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd down and 4 for the Bison, with the clock moving. Under 2 to play now. Football is resting on the right hash mark at the 11-yard line of the Spartans. Case down by 11. 2-possession game. Vales, the sophomore, takes the snap in the shotgun, goes to Holmes, and he plows ahead and gets maybe to the 10. They're looking at a 4th down and about 3.
You wonder if they even bother attempt kicking a field goal here, or if they just run the play clock down another 28 seconds, put it inside a minute, and then maybe run a play.
Well, Bill Garvey does have a timeout if he wants to use it. In fact, he has 2 of them.
They've only made 1 of their extra points tonight, right? Or have they missed all 3?
They've missed 3.
Yeah, they missed 3.
They will go for it. 4th down and 2 from the 9-yard line. They'll give it to Holmes, and he has the first down and more as he gets inside the 3.
I think he's all the way inside the 1.
Very close to the touchdown. They kept him out of the end zone. Clock moving, 43 seconds left. He got to the 2, so a pickup of 7. Greg Debelak has taken off his headset, and that will do it. 29 seconds left. Vales is just going to take a knee here. He takes the knee, and that is the final play of the football game. Spartans will not utilize a timeout. 25-14. Bethany comes into Cleveland on a raw night weather-wise, and they will leave with their 4th consecutive win.